Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the LTQ Wrestling Podcast. Night of Champions is next weekend. Can we give my predictions for that show? Should be very interesting. A 6-match show. Don't get too crazy now, WWE. But 6 matches for Triple H is out of the ordinary. He has not done 6 matches in forever on a PLE. But it's something different. And hopefully all these matches get the love they deserve. Hopefully don't get WrestleMania type vibes where it's 5, 10, 12-minute matches. But 6 matches all have huge implications on them, or at least most of them do. So let's get right into it. The WWE United States Championship on the line. Ricky Saints against Trick Williams. Now, is it a possibility that Carmelo Hayes still could be added to this? Yes. Ricky Saints did beat him on SmackDown to become #1 contender. I think Trick's going to win this. I know Ricky Saints is still new to the main roster. I just don't think he's really that over yet to get a championship. Trick's on a high wave right now. Him and Lil Yachty have been great as a duo. He's over. The fans love him. Unless you're planning on putting Trick in the main event scene after he loses right now, I wouldn't have him drop the United States title anytime soon. I would keep this wave going. So I see Trick Williams retaining. Could Melo interfere and attack Ricky or screw Ricky in this match? It's a possibility. But I do think these two will have a solid match. I don't think it'll be a bad match. I know there's some fans out there who don't like Trick Williams' style of wrestling, which is understandable. He's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but in WWE, you don't have to be. So I think Trick Williams is going to retain. I could see this being an 8 to 10 minute match. I don't see it going like 15 to 20 minutes. I see it maybe going at least 10 minutes tops, and they get the crowd going. I think it'll be a middle of the show type of match. I don't see it kicking off or anything. So I see Trick Williams retaining, and he continues his run as WWE United States Champion. And maybe this feud continues. But again, I do think it's a possibility they add Melo to it because Melo's been involved in this whole feud, and he deserves some love just as much as these two guys do when it comes to TV time and everything. Because Melo's a great act. He's a good babyface and heel. The crowd's finally getting behind him. WWE is finally starting to do something with Melo that's respectable. So keep that going. So the women's WWE United States title is on the line. Jade Cargill against Tiffany Stratton. Now, Jade attacked Charlotte. She attacked her knee or leg. Pretty much cost her against Liv Morgan. That was a huge X factor in that match. Liv made her tap out to the one-legged Boston Crab. So is Charlotte going to interfere in this match? Definitely a possibility. I don't see Jade winning this match, even though she took a loss to Rhea Ripley. Tiffany hasn't been champion very long. I could see her having a solid reign as well. And they probably want to keep this going because the only way I see Jade winning is if they want to have Jade and Charlotte be for the title at SummerSlam, which is a possibility because that's a big match. You put the title involved in it. So thinking about that, it is a possibility Jade wins this for sure because you don't really know what Tiffany's plans are for SummerSlam. She's even going to be on the show. Charlotte and Jade's already penciled in. This is tough because, I mean, I could actually see them doing that now where Charlotte and Jade is for the WWE Women's United States Championship. I'm still going to go Tiffany. I don't think Charlotte and Jade need the title, but it wouldn't surprise me if Jade wins it. I'll go Tiffany, but it would not be shocking to see Jade win this match. Not really sure where they're going to go from here with Jade. They still have Rhea Ripley status up in the air with her knee injury, I believe, or whatever. So who knows who's going to be involved in that if Rhea can't compete. So there's a lot of cards in the air right now in WWE when it comes to women's division, especially on the blue brand. So I'm going to go Tiffany retains because maybe they do Charlotte against Jade for the world title. That's like the match they do if Rhea can't compete. I think Rhea's the X factor involved in the outcome in this. I think if Rhea can't compete, they'll do Charlotte and Jade for the women's world title. We'll just have to wait and see. I think it's going to be an intriguing match. So speaking of intriguing, the feud that a lot of people wanted to end, Seth Rollins against Braun Breaker in a steel cage. I like seeing steel cage. WWE needs to get back to doing different match types more often. A steel cage match. And I'm trying to think, like, what could happen in this match? Is there going to be interference? Most likely. Austin Theory could be involved. He's really the only member of the division that's not injured outside of Braun Breaker. Logan Paul is hurt. Bronson Reed's hurt. Maybe Bronson Reed shows back up during this. But I see Braun Breaker winning just because Seth Rollins just beat him on Raw. Braun Breaker losing twice to Rollins would really hurt him, in my opinion. So I see Braun winning, and hopefully this is the end of this feud. I've enjoyed this feud for the most part, despite the injuries and just weirdness of some of it. But, like, it needs to end. Let both these guys move on to something else, something different. I think they're both ready for that to be the end. So this will be the end of it. It's kind of like when Rollins and Punk had that steel cage to end their feud, pretty much. I think this is kind of like that. I think this will probably be the best match on the show when it comes to in-ring work. I think this is going to be an incredible steel cage match. I think they go at least 15 to 20 minutes. Both these guys are going to do some cool spots. Maybe they do something off the steel cage. I do worry about these guys facing each other, though, because they have a history of injuries and they do some crazy stuff, especially when Braun does that Hurricane Rana or the Frankensteiner, excuse me, off the top rope. Sometimes he lands on his neck. Sometimes he don't land correctly. So that's a concern. But these two will tear the house down. Braun Breaker will get the win, maybe off interference or something like that. And we will see the end, hopefully, of this feud going into SummerSlam. And they both can do something different. Could they still do Rollins and Reigns? That's been rumored for SummerSlam. It's a possibility, depending on who Jay probably ends up picking. That's our next match. So speaking of Jay Uso against Obafemi. And I am not a happy camper about Jey Uso being in this match. I'm sure a lot of y'all ain't either. I wanted them to do something different. I wanted Dom Mysterio, Javon Evans, somebody who could use this opportunity. And of course, we get Jey Uso, the oldest guy in the tournament that's left out of the four. And there are fans out there who think Obafemi has a shot at winning this. I don't. He's been talking about Brock nonstop. And, Brock has not shown up since he's been calling him out, since he beat him. So I'm going to go Brock Lesnar attacks Oba, causes a count out or DQ, and Jay, unfortunately, becomes the king of the ring, goes on to challenge probably Cody Rhodes. I mean, he could challenge Roman Reigns, but there's just so much plans are up in the air because if CM Punk comes back, what's he going to do if Jay challenges Cody? Like, it's intriguing for sure, but I'm not a fan of Jey Uso winning this. I want Jimmy Uso to get some love from WWE Creative for once. Just let Jimmy win King of the Ring or something. Like, why does Jimmy never get any love when it comes to a singles competitor? Like, it just drives me crazy sometimes. But I do see Jay winning this match, making it to the King of the Ring finals, and probably picking Cody Rhodes. I don't see him picking his tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Oba could face Brock in Brock's final match, get the win there. I just feel like it's a little too early for Oba to win. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Oba wins this match and Brock doesn't attack him, but I just don't see that likely happening. So Jay wins, advances to the King of the Ring, advances in the King of the Ring to SummerSlam. So speaking of the tournament, Queen of the Ring, Io Sky against the champion, Liv Morgan. Now, I'm not happy about Liv being in this match. You guys know me. I'm a big Liv Morgan fan. I think she's one of the best in the company, but she's a champion. Why is she in this? And it's just a head scratcher, her especially advancing to the finals. And this is the match that's rumored for SummerSlam is her against Io. So how are they going to have this work? I could see Io, or not Io, but Raquel or Roxanne accidentally costing Liv this match and causing more tension. There's already been some tension between Roxanne and Liv. Roxanne's been kind of lenient about helping Liv at times. She's been rolling her eyes. Her and Liv look like they haven't really been on the same page. Maybe Roxanne accidentally cost Liv this match, and then Io chooses Liv. Liv drops the title to Io, or they have Liv retain and do Roxanne against Liv. I still think Roxanne could win Miss Money in the Bank. That's still my prediction for that match. But for this match, I think Io's going to win. It would make no sense whatsoever for Liv to win this unless you plan on making her double champion and have her face Rhea and maybe win both belts. But they haven't even had her defend this championship, so I don't think she needs two of them right now. And that's not on her. That's on WWE Creative. I could rant about that for multiple days. I've already made TikTok and shorts about it. I'm irritated how Liv's title reign's been. But I see Io winning. I think this would be a fantastic match. These two always have good chemistry, I believe, when they face each other. So I think this will probably be a 15 to 20-minute match as well. And Io gets the win thanks to some shenanigans, whether that's Roxanne or Raquel. And Io advances to the finals, or advances through the finals. I keep saying to the final, through the finals to face Liv at SummerSlam. So the final match we have, very intriguing. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the champion, against Sami Zayn, against Gunther. Now, I thought long and hard about this match because this is a chance for WWE to have Cody drop the belt without him taking the pin. It's a possibility. But with SummerSlam right around the corner, I feel like they have more plans set up for Cody than they do Sammy or Gunther. Now, could they have Cody drop the belt and do him and Punk without the title involved? Absolutely. I could see them doing that. Like, that's a possibility. And you do Gunther wins Him and Jay have a history. You could go back to that. I know a lot of people didn't like that feud, but they could go back to that. Sami Zayn and Jay, they already had a backstage confrontation. Sami's saying Cody won't be champion after the Night of Champions. I will. It's a possibility. I don't think it's a high possibility, but this is the type of match you could see a potential title change because Cody is not the one who has to take the pin, and that's intriguing to me. So, who is my prediction? It's really a tough prediction. You could go 50, 25, 25 in this. I think Cody retains. I think WWE is going to play it safe. Triple H always plays it safe and goes with who he trusts the most. And we all know he's a big Gunther guy, but Gunther's booking has been atrocious since he beat Cena. Sami Zayn, I want to have hope that Sami Zayn might eventually win a world title in WWE. I really do. I think Sami deserves it. He's been doing some good work with his new character and everything. But I just don't see them pulling the trigger on that, unfortunately. And it would be cool. It'd be awesome. I'd be on board with this, Sami becoming WWE World Champion. But WWE, like I said, just likes to play it safe. And I just do not see them going, yeah, let's put the title on Sami Zayn heading into SummerSlam, unless they have Cody and Punk for the non-title and they do Jay and Sami. All this is a possibility, but I put the odds very low. I go Cody retains, and he faces Punk at SummerSlam for the title, and Jay does something with Roman. That I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know what the plans are for SummerSlam because I keep hearing mixed stuff. Punk and Cody and Roman and Seth. And if that's the plan, then what is Jay gonna do if he wins King of the Ring? Like, I'm gonna go Cody, but I could see Gunther or Sami winning. I'm not gonna throw it out completely in this match. So that's my Night of Champions prediction. 6 total matches on the card. I tried to ramble too much for y'all in this. I tried to make it short and sweet, get to the point. And I'm really looking forward to this show. I think this show is actually going to be very interesting. Hopefully, it's better than the last WWE PLE, which was kind of boring, didn't really have much go on. Hopefully, it's a little bit more exciting. I believe they're in Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. So that should be something. So we'll see. We'll see if there's some big matches or title changes or whatever the case. Make sure to like and subscribe for more LTQ Wrestling Podcast content. Check us out on Spotify as well at LTQ Wrestling Podcast. Appreciate the support as always.